This will have been the second time I embarked on this Johnny Depp reading. I tried last night after eating way too much food. It didn't go well. So I can tell you right now, we have a long road ahead of us. So I'm going to go quick as I can, but also I'm going to enunciate clearly. John Christopher Depp II, born June 9th, 1963, is an American actor, producer, and musician. He is the recipient of multiple accolades, including a Golden Globe Award and a Screen Actors Guild Award, in addition to nominations for 3 Academy Awards and 2 British Academy Film Awards. Depp made his debut in the horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street before rising to prominence as a teen idol on the television series 21 Jump Street. In the 1990s, Depp acted mostly in independent films, often playing eccentric characters. These included What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Benny and June, Dead Man, Donnie Brasco, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Depp also began collaborating with director Tim Burton, starring in Edward Scissorhands, Ed Wood, and Sleepy Hollow. In the 2000s, Depp became one of the most commercially successful film stars by playing Captain Jack Sparrow in the Walt Disney swashbuckler film series Pirates of the Caribbean. He received critical praise for Finding Neverland and continued his commercially successful collaboration with Tim Burton with the films Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and Alice in Wonderland. In 2012, Depp was one of the world's biggest film stars and was listed by the Guinness World Records as the world's highest paid actor with earnings of $75 million. During the 2010s, Depp began producing films through his company Infinitum Nihil, or Neil in Latin, and formed the rock supergroup Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry, before starring as Gellert Grindelwald in the Warner Brothers Wizarding World films Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. From 2015 to 2017, Depp was married to actress Amber Heard. Their divorce drew media attention as Heard alleged that Depp had been abusive throughout their relationship. In 2010, Depp claimed that Heard had abused him before he unsuccessfully sued the publishers of British tabloid The Sun for defamation under English law. In 2022, Depp is similarly suing Heard for defamation in Virginia after she wrote an op-ed saying she was a public victim of domestic violence. Depp describes himself as a victim of cancel culture. He is the father of French-American actress and model Lily Rose Depp. Early life and ancestry. John Christopher Depp II was born on June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky, the youngest of 4 children of waitress Betty Sue Palmer and civil engineer John Christopher Depp. The first, obviously. Depp's family moved frequently during his childhood, eventually settling in Miramar, Florida in 1970. His parents divorced in 1978 when he was 15, and his mother later married Robert Palmer, whom Depp has called an inspiration. Just so you know, not related to the Robert Palmer you're thinking of. I did some research earlier. You're welcome. Depp's mother gave him a guitar when he was 12, and he began playing in various bands. He dropped out of Miramar High School at 16 in 1979 to become a rock musician. He attempted to go back to school 2 weeks later, but the principal told him to follow his dream of being a musician. In 1980, Depp began playing in a band called The Kids. After modest local success in Florida, the band moved to Los Angeles in pursuit of a record deal, changing its name to Six Gun Method. In addition to the band, Depp worked a variety of odd jobs, such as in telemarketing. In December 1983, Depp married makeup artist Lori Ann Allison, the sister of his band's bassist and singer. The Kids split up before signing a record deal in 1984, and Depp began collaborating with the band Rock City Angels. He co-wrote their song, Mary, which appeared on their debut Geffen Records album, Young Man's Blues. Depp and Allison divorced in 1985. Depp is of primarily English descent with some French, German, Irish, and West African ancestry. His surname comes from a French Huguenot immigrant, Pierre Dieppe, who settled in Virginia around 1700. He is also descended from colonial freedom fighter Elizabeth Key Grinstead, daughter of English planter and member of the Virginia House of Burgesses, Thomas Key, and an enslaved black woman. In interviews in 2002 and 2011, Depp claimed to have Native American ancestry, saying, "I guess I have some Native American somewhere down the line. My great-grandmother was quite a bit of Native American. She grew up Cherokee or maybe Creek Indian. Makes sense in terms of coming from Kentucky, which is rife with Cherokee and Creek Indian." Depp's claims came under scrutiny when Indian Country Today wrote that Depp had never inquired about his heritage or been recognized as a member of the Cherokee Nation. This led to criticism from the Native American community, as Depp has no documented Native ancestry, and Native community leaders consider him a non-Indian. Depp's choice to portray Tonto, a Native American character in The Lone Ranger, was criticized, along with his choice to name his rock band Tonto's Giant Nuts. During the promotion for The Lone Ranger, Depp was adopted as an honorary son by LaDonna Harris, a member of the Comanche Nation, making him an honorary member of her family, but not a member of any tribe. Critical response to his claims from the Native community increased after this, including satirical portrayals of Depp by Native comedians. An ad featuring Depp and Native American imagery by Dior for the fragrance Sauvage was pulled in 2019 after being accused of cultural appropriation and racism. Career 1984 to 89, early roles, and 21 Jump Street, where I first saw him, for the record, true story. In the early 1980s, Depp's then-wife, Lori Ann Allison, introduced him to actor Nicolas Cage, who advised him to pursue an acting career. Many years later, while testifying in a Virginia libel suit against his ex-wife Amber Heard, Depp said, "I ended up acting by accident." He described moving to Los Angeles with his band when he was 20, after the band split up, quoted as saying, "I was filling out a couple of job applications with a friend of mine. He happens to be an actor less known than he is now, Nicolas Cage. I was filling out applications at video stores, clothing stores, just to be able to pay the rent. Nick Cage said, 'Why don't you meet my agent? Because I think you're an actor. You could be an actor.' I said, 'I'll meet anybody. I'll do anything at this point.' He sent me to his agent, Eileen Feldman, and I met with her. She sent me to read for a casting director named Annette Benson, who was casting a film called Nightmare on Elm Street. They brought me to read for the director, Wes Craven." Depp went on to say he didn't consider himself to be an actor, but somehow got the job. Again, he's quoted as saying, "I didn't have any desire to be an actor. I was a musician, but the fact that these people were going to pay me what I found to be a ludicrous sum of money, it was kind of the SAG minimum. It was $1,284 a week. I'd never seen that kind of dough in my life. Then I did some other kind of dumb movies because still in my mind I was a musician and it was still a way to pay the rent, pay the bills, live. Then suddenly I found myself on that road as an actor. One thing led to another, from film to film, and then I was cast in a series called 21 Jump Street when I was 22, I do believe." Depp has credited James Dean as a catalyst that made him want to become an actor. His first film role was in the horror film, the aforementioned A Nightmare on Elm Street. He played the boyfriend of the main character and one of Freddy Krueger's victims in a terrible bloody bed scene. Go watch it. After a starring role in the comedy Private Resort, Depp was cast in the lead role of the skating drama Thrashin' by the film's director, but its producer overrode the decision. Instead, Depp appeared in a minor supporting role as a Vietnamese-speaking private in Oliver Stone's Vietnam War drama Platoon. He became a teen idol during the late 1980s when he starred as an undercover police officer, in a high school operation in the Fox television series 21 Jump Street, which premiered in 1987. He accepted this role to work with actor Frederick Forrest, who inspired him. Despite his success, Depp felt that the series forced him into the role of product. 1990 to 2002, independent films and first collaborations with Tim Burton. Disillusioned by his experiences as a teen idol in 21 Jump Street, Depp began taking roles he found more interesting rather than those he thought would succeed at the box office. His first film release in 1990 was John Waters' Cry Baby, a musical comedy set in the 1950s. Although not a box office success upon its release, over the years it has gained cult classic status. Also in 1990, Depp played the title character in Tim Burton's romantic fantasy film Edward Scissorhands, opposite Diane Wiest and Winona Ryder. The film was a commercial and critical success with a domestic gross of $53 million. In preparation for the role, Depp watched many Charlie Chaplin films to study how to create sympathy without dialogue. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone praised Depp's performance, writing that he artfully expresses the fierce longing in Gentle Edward. It's a terrific performance. While Rita Kempley of the Washington Post wrote that he brings the eloquence of the silent era to this part of few words, saying it all through bright black eyes and the tremulous care with which he holds his horror movie hands. Also, tremulous is a word we found out today. Depp earned his first Golden Globe nomination for the film. Depp had no film releases in the next 2 years, except a brief cameo in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare from 1991, the sixth installment in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. He appeared in 3 films in 1993. In the romantic comedy Benny and June, he played an eccentric and illiterate silent film fan who befriends a mentally ill woman and her brother. It became a sleeper hit. Janet Maslin of the New York Times wrote that Depp may look nothing like Buster Keaton, but there are times when he genuinely seems to become the great stone face, bringing Keaton's mannerisms sweetly and magically to life. Depp received a second Golden Globe nomination for the performance. His second film of 1993 was Lasse Hallström's What's Eating Gilbert Grape, a drama about a dysfunctional family co-starring Leo DiCaprio and Juliette Lewis. It did not perform well commercially, but received positive notices from critics. Although most of the reviews focused on DiCaprio, who was nominated for an Academy Award for his performance, Todd McCarthy of Variety wrote that Depp manages to command center screen with a greatly affable, appealing characterization. Depp's last 1993 release was Emir Kusturica's surrealist comedy drama Arizona Dream, which opened to positive reviews and won the Silver Bear at the Berlin Film Festival. In 1994, Depp reunited with Burton, playing the title role in Ed Wood, a biographical film about one of history's most inept film directors. Depp later said that he was at the time depressed about films and filmmaking, but that within 10 minutes of hearing about the project, I was committed. End quote. He found that the role gave him a chance to stretch out and have some fun, and that working with Martin Landau, who played Bela Lugosi, rejuvenated my love for acting. End quote. Although it did not earn back its production costs, Ed Wood received a positive reception from critics, with Maslin writing that Depp had proved himself as an established, certified great actor and captured all the can-do optimism that kept Ed Wood going, thanks to an extremely funny ability to look at the silver lining of any cloud. Depp was nominated for a third time for a Best Musical or Comedy Actor Golden Globe for his performance. The next year, Depp starred in 3 films. He played opposite Marlon Brando in the box office hit Don Juan DeMarco as a man who believes he is Don Juan, the world's greatest lover. He starred in Jim Jarmusch's Dead Man, a western shot entirely in black and white. It was not a commercial success and had mixed critical reviews. And in the financial and critical failure Nick of Time, Depp played an accountant who is told to kill a politician to save his kidnapped daughter. In 1997, Depp and Al Pacino starred in the crime drama Donnie Brasco, directed by Mike Newell. Depp played Joseph D. Pistone, an undercover FBI agent who assumes the name Donnie Brasco to infiltrate the mafia in New York City. To prepare, Depp spent time with Pistone, on whose memoirs the film was based. Donnie Brasco was a commercial and critical success and is considered one of Depp's finest performances. Also in 1997, Depp debuted as a director and screenwriter with The Brave. He starred in it as a poor Native American man who accepts a proposal from a wealthy man, played by Marlon Brando, to appear in a snuff film in exchange for money for his family. It premiered at the 97 Cannes Film Festival to generally negative reviews. Variety called it a turgid and unbelievable neo-Western, and Time Out wrote that besides the implausibilities, the direction has two fatal flaws. It's both tediously slow and hugely narcissistic, as the camera focuses repeatedly on Depp's bandanaed head and rippling torso. Due to the reviews, Depp did not release The Brave in the US. Depp was a fan and friend of Hunter S. Thompson and played his alter ego Raoul Duke in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Terry Gilliam's film adaptation of Thompson's pseudo-biographical novel of the same name. It was a box office failure and polarized critics. Later that year, Depp made a brief cameo in Mika Kaurismäki's L.A. Without a Map. Depp appeared in 3 films in 1999. The first was the sci-fi thriller The Astronaut's Wife, co-starring Charlize Theron, which was not a commercial or critical success. The second, Roman Polanski's The Ninth Gate, starred Depp as a seller of old books who becomes entangled in a mystery. It was moderately more successful with audiences, but received mixed reviews. The third was Burton's adaptation of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, where Depp played Ichabod Crane opposite Christina Ricci and Christopher Walken. For his performance, Depp took inspiration from Angela Lansbury, Roddy McDowall, and Basil Rathbone, saying he always thought of Ichabod as a very delicate, fragile person who was maybe a little too in touch with his feminine inside, like a frightened little girl. Sleepy Hollow was a commercial and critical success. Depp's first film release of the new millennium was British-French drama The Man Who Cried, directed by Sally Potter and starring him as a Roma horseman opposite Christina Ricci, Cate Blanchett, and John Turturro. It was not a critical success. Depp also had a supporting role in Julian Schnabel's critically acclaimed Before Night Falls. His final film of 2000 was Hallstrom's critically and commercially successful Chocolat, in which he played a Roma man and the love interest of the main character, Juliette Binoche. Depp's next roles were both based on historical personas. In Blow, he starred as cocaine smuggler George Jung, who was part of the Medellin cartel in the 1980s. The film underperformed at the box office and received mixed reviews. In the comic book adaptation From Hell, Depp portrayed Inspector Frederick Aberline, who investigated the Jack the Ripper murders in the 1880s London. The film also received mixed reviews, but was a moderate commercial success. 2003 to 2011, Pirates of the Caribbean, commercial and critical success. In 2003, Depp starred in the Walt Disney Pictures adventure film Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which was a major box office success. He earned widespread acclaim for his comic performance as pirate captain Jack Sparrow and received Academy Award, Golden Globe, and BAFTA nominations, and won a Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actor, as well as an MTV Movie Award. Depp has said that Sparrow is definitely a big part of me, and that he modeled the character after the Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards and cartoon skunk Pepe Le Pew. Studio executives had at first been ambivalent about Depp's portrayal, but the character became popular with audiences. In his other film release in 2003, Robert Rodriguez's action film Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Depp played a corrupt CIA agent. A moderate box office success, it received average to good reviews, with Depp's performance in particular receiving praise. Had to shoot the cook in that. Depp next starred as an author with writer's block in the thriller Secret Window, based on a short story by Stephen King. It was a moderate commercial success but received mixed reviews. Released around the same time, the British-Australian independent film The Libertine saw Depp portray the 17th century poet and rake, the Earl of Rochester. It had only limited release and received mainly negative reviews. Depp's third film of 2004, Finding Neverland, was more positively received by the critics and earned him his second Academy Award nomination, as well as Golden Globe, BAFTA, and SAG nominations for his performance as Scottish author J.M. Barrie. Depp also made a brief cameo appearance in the French film Happily Ever After and founded his own film production company, Infinitum Nihil, under Warner Brothers Pictures. Still don't know if it's Infinitum Nihil or Nihil, for the record. I'm just going to pronounce it Nihil, like its root suggests, nihilism. Depp continued his box office success with a starring role as Willy Wonka in Tim Burton's adaptation of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It also had a positive critical reception, with Depp being nominated again for the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical. Chocolate Factory was followed by another Burton project, stop-motion animation Corpse Bride, in which Depp voiced the main character, Victor Van Dort. Depp reprised the role of Jack Sparrow in the Pirates sequels Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, both of which were major box office successes. He also voiced the character in the video game Pirates of the Caribbean: The Legend of Jack Sparrow. According to a survey taken by Fandango, Depp in the role of Jack Sparrow was the main reason for many cinema-goers to see a Pirates film. In 2007, Depp collaborated with Burton for their sixth film together, this time playing murderous barber Sweeney Todd in the musical Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Depp cited Peter Lorre's performance in Mad Love from 1935, in which Lorre played a creepy but sympathetic surgeon, as his main influence for the role. Sweeney Todd was the first film which Depp had been required to sing. Instead of hiring a qualified vocal coach, he prepared for the role by recording demos with his old bandmate Bruce Witkin. The film was a commercial and critical success. Entertainment Weekly's Chris Nashawati stated that Depp's soaring voice makes you wonder what other tricks he's been hiding. Watching Depp's barber wield his razors, it's hard not to be reminded of Edward Scissorhands frantically shaping hedges into animal topiaries 18 years ago, and all of the twisted beauty we would have missed out on had Burton and Depp never met. Depp won the Golden Globe for Best Musical or Comedy Actor for the role, and was nominated for the third time for an Academy Award. In 2009, Depp portrayed real-life gangster John Dillinger in Michael Mann's 1930 crime film Public Enemies. It was commercially successful and gained moderately positive reviews. Roger Ebert stated in his review that this Johnny Depp performance is something else. For once, an actor playing a gangster does not seem to base his performance on movies he has seen. He starts cold. He plays Dillinger as a fact. Depp's second film of 2009, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, reunited him with director Terry Gilliam. Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell each played the character initially portrayed by their friend Heath Ledger, who had died before the film was completed. All three actors gave their salaries to Ledger's daughter, Matilda. Depp began the 2010s with another collaboration with Tim Burton, Alice in Wonderland, in which he played the Mad Hatter opposite Helena Bonham Carter, Anne Hathaway, and Alan Rickman. Despite mixed reviews, it earned $1.025 billion with a B in the box office, thus becoming the second highest grossing film of 2010 and one of the highest grossing films of all time. Depp's second film release of 2010 was the romantic thriller The Tourist, in which he starred opposite Angelina Jolie. It was commercially successful, although panned by critics. Regardless, he received Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy Golden Globe nominations for both films. Depp's first 2011 film release was the animated film Rango, in which he voiced the title character, a lizard. It was a major critical and commercial success. His second film of the year, the fourth installment in the Pirates series On Stranger Tides, was again a box office hit, becoming the third highest grossing film of 2011. Later, in 2011, Depp released the first two projects co-produced by his company, Infinitum Nihil. The first was a film adaptation of the novel The Rum Diary by Hunter S. Thompson and starred Depp. It failed to bring back its production costs and received mixed reviews. The company's second undertaking, Martin Scorsese's Hugo from 2011, garnered major critical acclaim and several award nominations, but similarly did not perform well in the box office. In 2011, Depp also made a brief cameo in the Adam Sandler film Jack and Jill. 2012 to 2020, career setbacks. By 2012, Depp was one of the world's biggest film stars and was listed by the Guinness World Records as the world's highest paid actor, with earnings of $75 million. That year, he and his 21 Jump Street co-stars Peter DeLuise and Holly Robinson reprised their roles in cameo appearances in the series' feature film adaptation. Spoiler alert. Depp also starred in and co-produced his eighth film with Tim Burton, Dark Shadows, alongside Helena Bonham Carter, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Ava Green. The film was based on a 1960s Gothic television soap opera of the same name, which had been one of his favorites as a child. The film's poor reception in the United States brought Depp's star appeal into question. After Infinitum Nihil's agreement with WB expired in 2011, Depp signed a multi-year first-look deal with Walt Disney Studios. The first film made in the collaboration was The Lone Ranger, in which Depp starred as Tonto. Depp's casting as a Native American brought accusations of whitewashing, and the film was not well received by the public or critics, causing Disney to take a $190 million loss. Following a brief cameo in the independent film Lucky Them, Depp starred as an AI studying scientist in the sci-fi thriller Transcendence, which was yet another commercial failure and earned mainly negative reviews. His other roles in 2014 were a minor supporting part as the wolf in the musical adaptation Into the Woods, and a more substantial appearance as eccentric French-Canadian ex-detective in Kevin Smith's horror comedy Tusk, in which he was credited by the character's name, Guy Lapointe. I'm also going to lean more horror than comedy in Tusk. I've seen it. In 2015, Depp appeared in two films produced by Infinitum Nihil. The first was comedy thriller Mordecai, in which he acted opposite Gwyneth Paltrow. The film was a critical and commercial failure and brought both stars Golden Raspberry nominations. The second film, Black Mass, in which he played Boston crime boss Whitey Bulger, was better received. Critics from The Hollywood Reporter and Variety called it one of Depp's best performances to date, and the role earned Depp his third nomination for the Best Actor SAG Award. However, the film failed to bring back its production costs. Depp also made a cameo appearance in the critically panned London Fields, starring his then-wife Amber Heard, which was to be released in 2015, but its general release was delayed by litigation until 2018. In addition to his work in films in 2015, French luxury fashion house Dior signed Depp as the face of their men's fragrance Sauvage, and he was inducted as a Disney legend. Well deserved. Depp's first film release in 2016 was Yoga Hosers, a sequel to Tusk, in which Depp appeared with his daughter, Lily Rose Depp. Next, he played businessman and presidential candidate Donald Trump in a Funny or Die satire entitled Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie, released during the run-up to the U.S. presidential election. He earned praise for the role with a headline from the AV Club declaring, "Who knew Donald Trump was the comeback role Johnny Depp needed?" It was also announced that Depp had been cast in a new franchise role as Dr. Jack Griffin, the Invisible Man, in Universal Studios' planned shared film universe entitled The Dark Universe, a rebooted version of their classic Universal Monsters franchise. I imagine that would be the one with the Mummy, Frankenstein, and Dracula, I imagine. Depp reprised the role of the Mad Hatter in Tim Burton's Alice Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. In contrast to the first film's success, the sequel lost Disney approximately $70 million. It also gained Depp 2 Golden Raspberry nominations. Depp had also been secretly cast to play Dark Wizard Gellert Grindelwald in a cameo appearance in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the first installment of the Fantastic Beasts franchise. His name was not mentioned in the promotional materials, and his cameo was only revealed at the end of the film. In 2017, Depp appeared alongside other actors and filmmakers in The Black Gondola, a short film made by a terminally ill teenager through the nonprofit Make a Film Foundation. He also reprised his role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the 5th installment of the Pirates series, Dead Men Tell No Tales. In the US, it did not perform as well as previous installments, and Depp was nominated for 2 Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Actor and for worst screen combo with his worn-out drunk routine. However, the film had a good box office return internationally, especially in China, Japan, and Russia. Depp's last film release in 2017 was the Agatha Christie adaptation Murder on the Orient Express, in which he was part of an ensemble cast led by director-star Kenneth Branagh. In 2018, Depp voiced the title character Sherlock Gnomes in the animated movie Romeo and Juliet. Sherlock Gnomes, although moderately commercially successful, it was critically panned and earned Depp 2 Golden Raspberry nominations, one for his acting and another for his fast-fading film career. Oof. Depp then starred in 2 independent films, both produced by him and his company, Infinitum Nihil. The first was City of Lies, in which he starred as Russell Poole, an LAPD detective who attempts to solve the murders of rappers Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. It was set for release in September 2018, but was pulled from the release schedule after crew members sued Depp for assault. The second film was the comedy drama Richard Says Goodbye, in which Depp played a professor with terminal cancer. It premiered at the Zurich Film Festival in October 2018. Depp's last film release of 2018 was Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, in which he reprised his role as Grindelwald. Depp's casting received criticism from fans of the series due to the domestic violence allegations against him. Depp also experienced other career setbacks around this time, as Disney confirmed that they would not be casting him in new Pirates installments, and he was reported to no longer be attached to Universal's Dark Universe franchise. Depp's next films were the independent dramas Waiting for the Barbarians, based on a novel by J.M. Coetzee, forgive me, please, especially my closest friends, and Minamata, in which he portrayed photographer W. Eugene Smith, and which premiered at the 2020 Berlin International Film Festival. In November 2020, Depp resigned from his role as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise at the request of its production company Warner Brothers, after he lost his UK libel case against The Sun, which had accused him of being a domestic abuser. He was replaced by Mads Mikkelsen. Soon after, The Hollywood Reporter called Depp persona non grata in the film industry. 2021 to 2022, recent activity. In March 2021, City of Lies, which was originally scheduled for 2018, was released in theaters and streaming services. The same month, an online petition to bring Depp back to the Pirates franchise, begun 4 months earlier, reached its goal of 500,000 signatures. His Pirates co-star Kevin McNally also expressed support for Depp returning to the role. In July 2021, Andrew Levitas, the director of Minamata, accused MGM of trying to bury the film due to Depp's involvement, with Depp claiming he is being boycotted by the Hollywood industry and calling his changed reputation an absurdity of media mathematics. Minamata was released in the UK and Ireland in August 2021 and in North America in December 2021. The film received positive reviews, with multiple publications praising Depp's performance as his best in years. Depp also continues as the face of Dior's men's fragrance, Sauvage. Depp received multiple honorary awards at numerous European film festivals, including at the Kameramaj Festival in Poland, the Karlovy Vary International Film Festival in the Czech Republic, and the San Sebastian International Film Festival in Spain, where Depp was awarded the Donostia Award. These awards were controversial, with various domestic violence charities criticizing the festivals. The organizers of the ceremonies released statements defending their decision to award Depp, with the San Sebastian Film Festival stating that he has not been charged by any authority in any jurisdiction, nor convicted of any form of violence against women. In September 2021, Depp described himself as a victim of cancel culture. The same month, he launched IN2, a London-based sister company to his production company Infinitum Nihil, and announced that IN2 and the Spanish production company A Contracorriente Films were starting a new development fund for TV and film projects. In 2022, Depp was cast as King Louis XV in a yet untitled film about the king's life, which will be directed by French actor-director Mai Wen. In February 2022, he received the Serbian Gold Medal of Merit from President Aleksandar Vučić for outstanding merits in public and cultural activities, especially in the field of film and art, and the promotion of the Republic of Serbia in the world. Minamata and animated series Puffins were shot in the country. Other ventures. In 2004, Depp founded film production company Infinitum Nihil to develop projects where he will serve as actor or producer. He serves as its CEO, while his sister Christy Dembrowski serves as president. The company's first two releases were The Rum Diary and Hugo, as previously stated. Depp co-owned the nightclub The Viper Room in Los Angeles in 1993 to 2003, and the restaurant bar Man Ray in Paris. Depp and Douglas Brinkley edited folk singer Woody Guthrie's novel House of Earth, which was published in 2013. Music. Prior to his acting career, Depp was a guitarist and is later featured on songs by Oasis, Shane MacGowan, Iggy Pop, Vanessa Paradis, Aerosmith, Marilyn Manson, and The New Basement Tapes, among others. He also performed with Manson at the Revolver Golden Gods Awards in 2012. Depp played guitar on the soundtrack of his films Chocolat and Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and has appeared in music videos for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, the Lemonheads, Avril Lavigne, and Paul McCartney. In the 1990s, he was also a member of P, a musical group featuring Butthole Surfers singer Gibby Haynes, Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea, and Sex Pistols guitarist Steve Jones. In 2015, Depp formed the supergroup Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. The band also includes Bruce Witkin, his friend from his 1980s band The Kids. Hollywood Vampires released their self-titled debut studio album in September 2015. It featured 11 classic rock covers, as well as 3 original songs, all co-written by Depp. The band made their live debut at the Roxy in Los Angeles in September 2015. It has since done 2 world tours in 2016 and 2018. Their second studio album, Rise, was released in June 2019 and consists mostly of original material, including songs written by Depp. The album also features a cover version of David Bowie's Heroes, sung by Depp. In 2020, Depp released a cover of John Lennon's Isolation with guitarist Jeff Beck and stated they would be releasing more music together in the future. Personal life, relationships. Depp and makeup artist Lori Ann Allison were married from 1983 until 1985. In the late 1980s, he was engaged to actress Jennifer Grey and Sherilyn Fenn before proposing in 1990 to his Edward Scissorhands co-star Winona Ryder, for whom he tattooed Winona Forever on his right arm. Between 1994 and 1997, he was in a relationship with English model Kate Moss. Following his breakup from Moss, Depp began a relationship with French actress and singer Vanessa Paradis, whom he met while filming The Ninth Gate in France in 1998. They have 2 children together, Lily Rose Melody Depp, born 1999, and son John Christopher Jack Depp III, born 2002. Depp stated that having children has given him a, quote, real foundation, a real strong place to stand in life, in work, in everything. You cannot plan the kind of deep love that results in children. Fatherhood was not a conscious decision. It was part of the wonderful ride I was on. It was destiny. All the math finally worked, unquote. Depp and Paradis announced that they had separated in June 2012. Relationship with Amber Heard. Following the end of his relationship with Vanessa Paradis, Depp began dating actress Amber Heard, with whom he had co-starred in The Rum Diary from 2011. The couple married in a civil ceremony in February 2015. Heard filed for divorce in May 2016 and obtained a temporary restraining order against Depp, alleging in her court declaration that he had been verbally and physically abusive throughout their relationship, usually while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Depp denied these claims and alleged that she was attempting to secure a premature financial resolution. A settlement was reached in August 2016, and the divorce was finalized in January 2017. Heard dismissed the restraining order, and they issued a joint statement saying that their, quote, relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Depp paid Heard a settlement of $7 million, which she pledged to donate to the ACLU and the Children's Hospital Los Angeles, the CHLA. In 2018, Depp brought a libel suit in the UK against News Group Newspapers, NGN, publishers of The Sun, which had called him a wife-beater in an April 2018 article. The case had a highly publicized trial in July 2020, with both Depp and Heard testifying for several days. In November 2020, the High Court of Justice ruled that 12 of the 14 incidents of violence claimed by Heard were substantially true. The court rejected Depp's claim of a hoax and accepted that the allegations Heard had made against Depp had damaged her career and activism. Following the verdict, Depp resigned from the Fantastic Beasts franchise after being asked to do so by its production company, Warner Brothers. Depp sought to appeal the verdict, with his lawyers accusing Heard of not following through on the charity pledge, and that the pledge had significantly influenced the judge's view of Heard. In response, Heard's legal team stated that she had not donated the full amount yet due to the lawsuits against her by Depp. Depp's appeal to overturn the verdict was rejected by the Court of Appeal in March 2021. The Court of Appeal did not find the argument that the charity pledge influenced the outcome convincing, as the judge in the trial had reached their verdict by evaluating the evidence related to the 14 alleged incidents of violence. The issue of the donation was not part of it, but a comment made after the verdict had already been reached. In addition to suing The Sun in 2018, Depp also sued Heard for defamation in Virginia, U.S. in early 2019 over an op-ed she wrote about abusive relationships, which had been published by the Washington Post in December 2018. Depp alleged that Heard had been the abuser, that her allegations constituted a hoax against him, and that as a consequence, Disney had declined to cast him in future projects. Heard countersued Depp in August 2020, alleging that he had coordinated a harassment campaign via Twitter and by orchestrating online petitions in an effort to get her fired from Aquaman and L'Oreal. In October 2020, the judge in the case dismissed Depp's lawyer, Adam Waldman, after he leaked confidential information covered by a protective order to the media. Following the verdict in Depp's lawsuit against The Sun the next month, Heard's lawyers filed to have the defamation suit dismissed, but Judge Penny Ascarate ruled against it because Heard had not been a defendant in the UK case. In August 2021, a New York judge ruled that the ACLU must disclose documents related to Heard's charity pledge to the organization. The trial in Depp v. Heard started in Fairfax County, Virginia on April 11th, 2022. Alcohol and drug use. Depp has struggled with alcoholism and addiction for much of his life. He stated that he began using drugs by taking his mother's nerve pills at the age of 11, was smoking at age 12, and by the age of 14 had used every kind of drugs there were. In a 1997 interview, Depp acknowledged past abuse of alcohol during the filming of What's Eating Gilbert Grape. In a 2008 interview, Depp stated that he had poisoned himself with alcohol for years. In 2013, Depp declared that he had stopped drinking alcohol, adding that he had pretty much got everything he could out of it. Depp also said, "I investigated wine and spirits thoroughly, and they certainly investigated me as well, and we found out, and we got along beautifully, but maybe too well." Unquote. Regarding his breakup with longtime partner Vanessa Paradis, Depp said that he definitely wasn't going to rely on the drink to ease things or cushion the blow or cushion the situation. That could have been fatal. According to his ex-wife, Amber Heard, Depp plunged into the depths of paranoia and violence after binging on drugs and alcohol during their relationship between 2013 and 2016. In a 2018 Rolling Stone profile of Depp, reporter Stephen Roderick wrote that he had used hashish in his presence and described him as alternately hilarious, sly, and incoherent. Depp also said that the allegation made by his former business managers that he had spent $30,000 per month on wine was insulting because he had spent far more than that amount. During his 2020 libel trial, Depp admitted to having been addicted to roxycodone and alcohol, as well as used other substances such as MDMA and cocaine during his relationship with Heard. And the rest are actually his political views. You know, if you watch this channel, I don't delve into politics because they bore me. I don't care, let alone the politics of other people. It probably bores me even more. And then ongoing legal issues. So I might actually revisit this issue because the trial right now between he and his wife over in Fairfax, ex-wife, I should say, is not yet concluded. So let's save that for another time. I have no real thoughts on the matter. In case anyone was wondering, it's kind of, I watch the whole thing. Don't get me wrong. I've seen pretty much every hour. I find it absolutely fascinating that we live in a world where we have so much recorded evidence and things to analyze that we can actually do that now. It's very futuristic. It reminds me of the movie, as a romantic comedy movie back in the 80s called Defending Your Life with Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep. If you haven't seen it, definitely see it. I'm not even a romantic comedy kind of guy myself. That's just a favorite of mine. A lot of traffic behind me. You can hear that right now. It's really picking up. And whisper video or not, I hate traffic. So I'm going to go. I was going to say one more thing. I forgot what it was. Oh, no trivia question, huh? I didn't put a trivia question. What should the trivia question be? You know what? Give me your favorite Johnny Depp movie. Give me your favorite Johnny Depp movie, or maybe favorite Johnny Depp movie experience that you've had. Be the first one to do it. I'll pin you to the top. What do you say? Favorite Johnny Depp memory. And maybe I'll pin you guys in rotation if there's more than one of you. Cycle out the pins to the top. Give me your favorite Johnny Depp memory. Okay? That's all. Thanks for hanging in there. Hey, this was our first non-whispered wiki read. Did you like it? Did you last the whole time? This thing was over an hour, I'm sure. Impressive if you hung in there. Let's talk in the comments. Oh, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Please helps the algorithm. Let's talk soon. Bye-bye.